Good morning, everyone. This is Priyanshu Kaushik, and you're listening to Noob's Law School. In this video, I am going to talk about the recent amendment regarding the weapons of mass destruction that has been introduced inside the Parliament of India. Before moving forward, I would like to introduce you to the LawSet Adda, which is a one-stop solution for Telangana and Andhra Pradesh LawSet exam preparation. So if you're interested in preparing for state-based exams, so if you are interested in preparing for state-based exams of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh regarding LLB, then you should definitely refer to LOSET Adda. The link of this channel is provided inside the description box of this video. Now let's talk about the focus of this video. I'm going to talk about the news itself, then the background of the news, then I'm also going to talk about the highlights of this amendment bill. Then I'm going to talk about the history of weapons of mass destruction. Then I'm going to talk about the conclusion, that what is the conclusion of this video. And then I have prepared certain questions for you in order to guess and test your current affair preparation. So now let me get this video started. Let's talk about the news itself. The government of India, that is GOI, the government of India has introduced the weapons of mass destruction, that is WMD, and their delivery system prohibition of unlawful activities amendment bill 2020 in the lower house, that is the Lok Sabha. So the main purpose behind this bill is to prohibit financing of any activity in relation to weapons of mass destruction. So basically they are going to prohibit any activity which is related to weapons of mass destruction and its funding. This bill is also going to empower the authorities to act against financiers of such activities. The original bill, that is this act, covers unlawful activities relating to biological, chemical and nuclear weapons along with their delivery systems. Before moving forward, I would like to introduce you to CLAT Combat, which is going to be held on 10th April at 3 p.m. Lucky participants stand chances of winning exciting rewards, which might include Google Mini, JBL headphone, bot, smartwatch, etc. This is a very free test, and in order to enroll in this one, you need to use my code, that is THRINATH3NATH10. Also, Unacademy has come up with self-analysis series, which is for the students of CLAT 2022. And in order to enroll in this series, you need to use my code, that is THRINATH10. And I would like to tell you that this series is completely free. Then Unacademy has come up with certain batches. The first one is the Target NLU, which is an excellence batch for CLAT 2023 students, and it is going to start from 6th April, and the mode of language is both Hindi and English language. Then there is another batch which is called Rank Boosters, and it is a last mile batch for the students of CLAT 2022, and it is going to start from 6th April, and the mode of language is of course only English. Then there is another batch which is called Law and Order batch, which is one stop solution for the students of CLAT 2024, and it is going to start from 8th April, and the mode of language is both Hindi and English. Then I would like to inform you about the CLAT Unacademy Light subscription, which is basically a sort of a mock test series, and you can get this subscription for a period of 1 month only at the rate of 1000 rupees per, and you can get a 3-month subscription at the mere price of 2000 rupees only. So do not forget to subscribe to this test series and use my code, that is THRINATH3NATH10, in order to get maximum discount. You can pause the video and see the Unacademy Light mock test calendar for yourself. Then I would like to tell you that why you should attend full-length mock tests. Questions are designed and curated by the top educators at Unacademy. If you score high in the mock test of Unacademy, you stand chances of winning attractive gifts. Now let's talk about the background of the news. The UNSC, that is the United Nations Security Council, have issued many guidelines regarding financial sanctions for the prohibition of weapons of mass destruction. UNSC, that is the United Nations Security Council, it has issued many guidelines stating that the weapons of mass destruction should be, there should be financial sanctions and blah blah blah. Also, the recommendations of FATF, what is FATF? FATF, the full form of FATF is Financial Action Task Force, and it is headquartered in Paris, France. So the recommendations of FATF have also mandated against financing of proliferation of weapons of mass destruction and their delivery systems. There have been many treaties like CTBTs, that is Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty, NPT, that is Non-Proliferation Treaty, CWC, that is Chemical Weapons Convention, etc. have put ban upon weapons of mass destruction. The original act was titled Weapons of Mass Destruction and Their Delivery System, Prohibition of Unlawful Activities Act 2005. Now let's talk about the highlights of this amendment bill. The existing act pertaining to weapons of mass destruction does not cover the financial aspect of such delivery systems. So basically the original act of 2005, it did not talk anything regarding the financial aspect of such weapons of mass destruction. And because of that, this new amendment has been introduced, and the new provisions are essential to meet international obligations. As I have told in the earlier slide, that UNSC, that is United Nations Security Council, and FATF, that is Financial Action Task Force, has put has instituted certain international standards which are to be followed by every country. So in order to meet its international obligations, the government of India has introduced this amendment. The main highlights of this amendment bill is that it is going to prohibit financing of any activity which is linked to weapons of mass destruction. So no financing or anything which is related to financing of weapons of mass destruction could take place in India. Also, this act is going to empower the central government to freeze, seize, or either attach funds, financial assets, or economic resources of people or entities found indulging in financing the weapons of mass destruction. In order to prevent such financing, the government can take any step from the above ones. It is also going to prohibit making available funds or financial assets or economic resources for any prohibited activity which is in relation to weapons of mass destruction and their delivery systems. Now let's talk about the history of the weapons of mass destruction themselves. The weapons of mass destruction are weapons which possess the capacity, they possess the capacity to inflict death and destruction on such a massive scale that even the whole existence of humans might get into question. Its very presence in the hands of a hostile power. Hostile power could be any bad organization or a country like North Korea, etc. Terrorist organizations like ISIS or Taliban can be considered a grievous threat to the whole world. So this is a very serious issue. Of modern weapons of mass destructions are either nuclear, biological, or chemical weapons, and there is an abbreviation which is frequently referred to collectively call them as NBC weapons. That is, N stand for nuclear, B stand for biological, and C stand for chemical weapons, right? So the term weapons of mass destruction has been in currency, that is in use, since at least 1937, when it was used to describe massed formations of bomber aircraft. Now the nuclear bombs which were used in Hiroshima and Nagasaki in the Second World War, in an attack against Japan. You must be aware of the fact that Hiroshima and Nagasaki are only the two cities in the whole world which has faced the brunt of a nuclear bomb. Now let's talk about the conclusion of this video. It is a very necessary step and in a very right direction, so the government of India must be praised for it. The weapons of mass destruction are a global issue and they should be taken very seriously. The existing act, which was of 2005, passed by the Congress government of that time, was insufficient to deal with the new challenges of the modern world, right? The biological weapons, which are a very new phenomenon, have become an issue of serious concern. We are all aware of the fact that there has been many conspiracy theories regarding the COVID-19 being itself a biological weapon released by China, and the involvement of Dr. Fauci has also been questioned, though that is not the concern of this video. Though in practical terms, there is no possibility of an individual or individuals in India developing weapons of mass destruction by themselves, but this law is being tightened to give the government the power to prevent such a possibility. So the government don't even want to take any possibility and wants itself to be already prepared for anything which might be considered as bad. So now let's move on to the final segment of this video. It is the questions to test your current affairs preparations. You are supposed to give answers in the comment box of this video. So let me shoot you with the questions. The very first question is, where is the headquarters of UNSC, that is United Nations Security Council, and FATF, that is Financial Action Task Force? Option A, New York and Oslo. Option B, New York and Paris. Option C, Washington DC and Oslo. There is a spelling mistake in the Oslo. Option D, Washington DC and Paris. So now let's move on to the next question. When was NPT, that is Non-Proliferation Treaty, signed? Option A, 1st July 1968. Option B, 1st July 1970. Option C, 5th March 1968. Option D, 5th March 1970. Now let's talk about last question. Which of the following treaties has not been ratified by India? The very first option is option A, Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty of 1968. Option B, Biological Weapons Convention of 1972. Option C, Chemical Weapons Convention of 1993. Option D, none of the above. So if you think that India has not signed any of the above treaties, then you will go for option D. Now, thank you for watching this video, and also do not forget to use my code, that is THRINETH3NATH10, in order to get maximum, in order to unlock free tests for yourself. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit the like button and click on the subscribe button also, and do share this video with your friends and people who are preparing for your CLAT or any other examination which include current affairs. Thank you.